You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Today on our Training Thursday show, what I want to do is I actually want to go over how we design programs for our clients at our two Boston locations in terms of workouts and exercise and all of those great things, really lifestyle-based programs, but exercise is such a big part of that, right? Even with every single wellness person that I meet with, what I want to talk about with them is I want to talk about detoxification. I want to talk about exercise. I want to talk about nutrition, simple meal plans, nutritional supplements, sleep, downtime, all of these things. It's all part of one program. Remember, you can't just do one thing to live an optimum healthy lifestyle, but what you need to do is start to incorporate as many of these things as you can. And exercise really should be near the top of that list. Nutrition absolutely has to come first, and nutritional supplements should be up there as well if you're looking to heal from some specific autoimmune-based issue or disease. For most people, they can get away with a good activated multi. They can get away with the daily nutritional support powder, maybe some greens powder, good probiotic, and they're good. That's great for most people. They cover all their basis. It's kind of like almost like a safety net because absolutely no one gets 100% of the RDA and all their vitamins and minerals every single day. So what that does is that just gives you that safety net. That's it. Very simple, very straightforward. But what a lot of people are missing is the exercise part. And so what I like to say is this: there's so many people out there not exercising simply because the excuse is this: I don't have the time, or I don't have the energy, or I don't have the money to join a gym. And so what I want to do is I want to just try to get rid of all of that today, make things very simple, and also bring back some fun into it. So I want to tell you just straight off the bat, one thing that we do is we start with what's just called a foundational program for every single person that comes into our weight loss studio or a wellness clinic in Boston. And so what we do is this: we do a 12-week foundational program. And each month, so weeks 1 through 4, 5 through 8, and 9 through 12, the program switches. And it progresses up every 4 weeks. I also teach this to personal trainers all the time. And I've taught, I think, well over 600 personal trainers and health professionals now. And so one of the big things with me is this, is that sometimes as an exercise advocate or a personal trainer, you sometimes want to give a client or even yourself one of the hardest exercises possible, but you really haven't mastered all of the things before it. So what I like to say is this: master all the foundational things like the Romanian deadlift and a lunge and a step up and a one-arm cable chest press and a one-arm row and then maybe an assisted pull-up and then a regular chin-up or whatever it might be. So get those down first. What you want to do too is you want to build confidence. You want to see yourself be able to accomplish not only the exercise, but master the technique. Once you master the technique, there's only so many ways you can move your body. Like literally, you can only press your arms forward or overhead. You can only row your arms down or row your arms backwards behind you. You can rotate your body basically for your core. And for your legs, you have a hip dominant or knee dominant exercise. Like that's basically it. I named like 6 things right there. That's literally it. That's what you can do with your body. But we have thousands, tens of thousands of exercises, and the reason is that we can have different variations of the very few ways that we can move our body. So if you tune back into last Thursday's show, how to build a lean athletic body, check that show out, because I talked about why athletes really have a better defined physique than most of us, and I talked about the 3 planes of motion. It's because again, our bodies move in those 3 planes and only 3 planes. So how we design programs is very simple. We do like to switch things up every 4 weeks, and here's why. So once your body starts to get adapted to an exercise, which means that we like to progress weight every single week. So if you started off, let's just say you did a ball chest press. Most people know how to lie down with stability ball, their head and shoulders on the stability ball, and then might be pressing right above their chest with, let's just say, 2 dumbbells. Okay, let's say you start at week 1 with 12 pounders. The next week you go to 15s. The week after that you go to 17 and a halves. And then you can't do 20s, but you could do maybe 2 sets of 20s instead of just 1 set of 20s at the end. And we usually recommend around 3 sets for beginners. So what you'll want to think about is this, like, okay, well, I plateaued. So unless I do more reps, I'm not really going to get more out of this exercise. What we like to do is we switch it up after the 4 weeks. And we do that for a couple of reasons. One, we do want to give your muscles a different way to look at an exercise. We want to challenge them in a new way, but we don't want to do it every single week. I know a lot of people talk about muscle confusion. Should they change up your workouts every week? You should not, because you do want to actually adapt to an exercise, make sure that you improve weights. And as you improve weights, as you increase weights, you don't necessarily get bulky, but you do actually build up more lean body mass, and you absolutely do boost your metabolism. So that's such a huge benefit. After 4 weeks, 6 weeks maximum, most people plateau. We need to switch up the workouts. We switch it up every 4 weeks, and I recommend you do exactly the same. And I'll tell you why. Not only are you going to get better results, yes, because you won't plateau, but the second reason is this: you're going to be more motivated. If you keep doing the same exercises every time you go to the gym, or the same spin class, or the same cardio piece, you're going to get bored. And when you get bored, you're going to stop doing it. That's human nature. I mean, the same thing with me. The reason why, like, I read so many different books on psychology, on nutrition, on exercise, on fasting, on genetics, on whatever it is because if I only read the same thing over and over and over, I would get bored myself. So I just kind of go through. Sometimes I'll read like 5 books in a row on maybe like let's say like 50 to 100-year-old books, like old books on the old natural hygienists and how they fasted people and all these specific techniques. And then I'll say, okay, I'm pretty much done on that topic. I think I've got that. I think I've mastered that. There's no more really for me to deep dive into that right now. So then I switch over to something like, let's say, balancing hormones. And let's just talk about like, okay, there's a new book out. Really enjoyed this doctor. I'll see what they have to say. And then I'll start reading that. And so what I'm saying is I'm just remotivating myself. That's what I'm looking at. Same with nutrition. I get tired of eating the same thing for lunch. So then I'll start to go to a new place and I'll make sure that I switch things up. Well, with exercise, it's just as important. And I'll tell you why. We all know that we need to eat. So we're going to eat, of course. But with exercise, we could do without. We shouldn't, but we could do without. So my recommendation is this, is that you find programs, you find things that excite you, and that you switch them up every 4 weeks. Don't wait for yourself to get tired of it. Switch it up before you get tired of it. That's what we found to be a key component for our clients, is that when we switch it up on that, after that 4th week, we do a little bit of an unloading week. So we just go a little lighter that next week. And they can't believe that it's already time to switch up their program. They're like, oh, I was just getting used to that. I was just enjoying that. That's the time you switch it up. And the reason is this: before your excitement wanes, you move on to the next exciting program. It's so vitally important. So whether you're following an online personal trainer, an online coach, you're using one of my books, whatever you might be doing, keep doing that, but switch it up every 4 weeks. So important. And one other thing I want to give you is this: I enjoy doing what's called challenges once a month. I'll do them for myself. I'll do them for body transformation clients. I give them to other personal trainers to do. And I want to share one of those challenges with you right now. Okay, so one challenge that I'm particularly fond of is called the kettlebell swing challenge. And I'll tell you why. It's so simple to complete. All you need is a kettlebell. Now, you can if you have a bunch of kettlebells, great. If you belong to a gym, fine, then you're good with that. But what I would say is this: I would have a kettlebell at my house, and here's why. So if you have a kettlebell at your house, it's going to be sitting there right in your living room or your basement, wherever you want to keep it. And I want to call this a kettlebell workout challenge. And what I want you to do is shoot for 1,000 reps, 2,000 reps, or 3,000 reps for the month. And that obviously seems like an insane amount of repetitions, right? But here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to think about. 1,000 repetitions for the month. So this is on top of your regular workouts. And that's why I recommend having the kettlebell at home. And I'll link it up in the show notes. So if you just go to today's show notes, again, just go to StephenCabral.com/podcast. You never have to know which number we're on, whatever it is. You go to StephenCabral.com/podcast. And what happens is you just see the TT, which is the Training Thursday, and you can just say, okay, that was the Training Thursday where we talked about motivation with your workouts. We talked about kettlebell challenge. And you can then click on that link. It will take you to the show notes page. And I always link up basically what I talk about. So there are a bunch of different kettlebells that you can buy, but I also found an adjustable kettlebell. So as you get stronger and more advanced, you can actually just use the same kettlebell, just add a little bit more weight to it. I thought that was kind of nice because I used to use, and this is going back like 17 years now. I can actually remember it because I was living in this place in Providence, Rhode Island, and I bought the adjustable dumbbells. It was like the first of its kind, called the Power Block. And they were big and they were clunky, and there are better ones now. But now they make an adjustable kettlebell, which is really remarkable. And again, 20 years ago, nobody was even using kettlebells, or 17 years ago, we'll call it. So back on track. So when you look at 1,000 reps for the the month. So if you're not used to doing kettlebell swings, this is on top of your regular workout. So if you're doing a Monday, Wednesday, Friday workout, you're doing great. You're doing fantastic. Okay? Keep going with that. But every day, what I want you to do is this. Shoot for 2 sets of 17 reps, 17 swings. That's it. Literally, you do 17 reps. That might take you 40 seconds. Honestly, 40 seconds. Rest 40 seconds to a minute. Do one more set of 17 reps, and you're done. If you do that every day for 30 days, if my math is right, you should hit 1,000 reps. Now, here's the thing. That actually does matter. It keeps your metabolism going, especially if you did like right before dinner, right before lunch, or right before you left for work, right before breakfast. It's going to help you actually metabolize glucose and carbohydrates better. But that's not just the only thing. This kettlebell swing will work on your core. It will tone your hamstrings. It will tone your glutes. It's an amazing, amazing exercise, and it's easy to do. Anyone can do it, and just make sure you're doing it with good form. And again, you can just type in kettlebell swings and you will find maybe my videos on YouTube or certainly someone else's. Hopefully they're using good form as well. So, and I'll try to link that up if we can find that video as well. So now if you're doing 2,000, you say, okay, I want to do 2,000 swings for the month. It's 2 sets of 23 reps or 3 sets of 23 reps. Sorry about that. So you can absolutely do that. 3 sets of 23 reps, that will take you 5 minutes. Now, if you're more advanced, you're used to doing kettlebell swings, you're someone who works out, let's say at least 3 to 4 days a week, you might try the 3K workout, the 3,000 reps for the month. And that would be 3 sets of 33 reps. So that's basically 100 reps per day, 100 reps of kettlebell swings per day. Now you can do 2 sets of 50 if you want. Like that's okay as well, but that's even more advanced because you're swinging for over a minute if you're doing 50 reps. And if you do that, you're going to hit 3,000 reps for the month. So again, 2 sets of 17, 3 sets of 23, or 3 sets of 33 reps to hit the 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000 mark for the month for kettlebell swings. It's an amazing accomplishment. You can just print out like a little 30-day calendar, put an X through it every time that you did it, put that Post-it note calendar. You can just go on Google, type in, March or April or whatever you want to do for your calendar, schedule out the next 30 days and say, every day that I do it, I'm going to put an X on it, and just make sure that you keep up with it every single day. And believe me, you will be able to do it and you'll feel it. You will notice a difference with how you feel, like your absolute strength. You will definitely notice a difference in those hamstrings, glutes, and core muscles, and you'll see a difference. You will no doubt see yourself become more toned, become stronger, all of the benefits from that. Really enjoy the kettlebell swings. So one last thing that I'll add is this. One more thing we do to keep our clients motivated is this. They're going to work out with weights about, let's say, 2 to 3 days per week. That's most people. Some people maybe more. What I like to do is this. I like to keep things interesting. So you have this kettlebell challenge. One day you might do a spin class. A couple days a week you do your resistance training. Another day maybe you do yoga. Keep things just, again, variety is what they call the spice of life, right? Keep things interesting. Keep yourself stimulated. Learn new things. Try a Tai Chi class. Try some meditation. Try yoga. Try spin. Try indoor rock climbing. Try all of these things to keep yourself active, but always make sure you're getting in those 2 to 3 days of actual resistance workout programs per week so that you keep your bones strong, you keep your muscles strong, and you boost your metabolism. I know that if you do that, you're going to truly enjoy getting back to your exercise. If you understand the principle of keeping yourself motivated, of moving yourself forward, then you will honestly and you will absolutely get to see all of the results that come along with exercising. Thank you, everyone, for just tuning in. And I really do hope you enjoyed this podcast. But also, I really want you to try this kettlebell swing workout. So if you try it or you have any questions, I want you to write in at stephencabral.com/Ask Cabral. Let me know how it went. Let me know if you have any questions. Just go to the show notes page for today's show. Go to stephencabral.com/podcast. And I'm going to link up the adjustable kettlebell or the other kettlebells that we use in my 2 studios as well to help clients get the results that they've been looking for. And remember, keeping exercise fun is really one of the fundamentals to living a long, strong, healthy life. Take care, everyone.
Are you ready to heal yourself and then go on to heal others? If so, the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute can help you discover proven functional medicine protocols that blend the best of 7 different healing disciplines from around the world. I personally share with you the exact handouts and protocols I use in my private practice that enable people to get well, lose the weight, and live longer, stronger. I want to pass this information on to the next generation of health coaches, and that is exactly why I created IHP. We are the future of the health coaching industry, and the skills and knowledge you will learn will make you an in-demand certified health coach anywhere in the world. Although we have many medical professionals taking the IHP certifications, no experience is necessary, and half our members have no previous health certifications. At the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute, our motto is a health coach in every home. Our goal is that you take this knowledge and then share it with family, friends, loved ones, your community, or in a practice where you create a career you love and can be proud of. The global IHP community is filled with some of the most kind and caring people in the world, and we can't wait to welcome you into our world soon. For more information or to set up a discovery call with one of our IHP Health Coach graduates, simply head over to integrativehealthpractitioner.org.